It feels so good to be back on the road again. Cole and I loaded up my truck for an unplanned trip to the desert, starting off with one of the coolest camping locations in all of Southern California. As we loaded up our kayaks and tent, we didn't have a final destination in mind, but we headed up north on the 5 freeway. Because there's something about that freedom of the open road, it just meant that everything was on the table, and our adventure was just beginning. Now, if you were to try to visualize what traveling to Mars would be like, images of this place might come to mind because it's one of the most unique landscapes I've ever seen. We pulled up to Red Rock Canyon and found a perfect spot to set up our tent up on the rock and decided that it was time to explore the surrounding caves.
I just want to climb up this somehow. I'm sure when it rains it's just like a mudslide.
When I was younger, I looked like my father, danced like my mother. I sang the night away.
We could even have it like the GoPro set up on a tripod and walk towards it.
When I was bolder, I loved like my sister. I spun like a twister. I dreamed until the day. Dreamed until the day.
I feel like it's probably like you'd probably being shot. Because it's kind of angled up a little bit right now.
It's good for. It'll be good.
Throw it on a rock. Free and easy. You got grass on your butt. Grass on your ass.
Good.
Yeah.
This is like the set for the next Mandalorian episode.
It's pretty dope. Oh, this is sick, dude. Does it go further back? Bro, putting the sleeping bags in there. Yeah.
I mean, dude, you can camp in it.
How sick would it be to have a little fire in there? Pictures, dude? From like...
All the bats get trapped inside.
Being that we were in the middle of a California winter, it got dark pretty early, and the moonrise the next day was supposed to be spectacular. And while I didn't get that on video because I didn't have the proper filter for my camera, I did happen to snap a few photos as we poured a glass of whiskey and sat by the campfire doing what we do best, talking about the dumbest possible subjects you could ever imagine.
I got obsessed when I found out like Johnny Appleseed would travel around throwing out seeds and planting apple trees. That's why on the East Coast there's like rain. I had an extremely vivid imagination as a kid. So I was sitting in the back of our Toyota van with the seats rotated and the sunroof open. I'm like imagining that every time I threw a seed out, it would like land in the road and grow. And that I was gonna destroy what man is doing. Like I turn all the cities into jungles.
That's so fun.
That was like my dream and my like superpower. Undo the growth.
And then he started stripping. And then like you just look back and you're like, I'm such a freaking idiot. These guys are dumbasses, but it's like...
Came up with a character. It was like my Call of Duty name forever, Manfred.
I'm so glad I never was that guy, but I hate that guy so much. Like, not him, but I'm saying I hate that. personality.
But man friend's power, he was a guy that was so nice that he is just always trying to be friends with you, and he just annoyed you to death. So he would kill his villains by being like that extremely belligerent friend.
I used to go sneak into the teacher's lounge where sodas were 25 cents
Nice.
or 50 cents, and then just fill my backpack full of it and stop for lunch for $1.
I never had like a dream job though. I never really.
I was selling customized spitball guns, double barrel, triple barrel.
I sold marble bags.
What's that?
Marbles?
Just bags of them?
No, kids would play marbles in the school. Like,
What's the bag for? Just carry them?
yeah, for some reason people people carrying them in their pockets and their backpacks and they fall out in school. And I was like, I'm gonna hand sew these like red velvet and blue velvet bags. Actually, I take that back. I really wanted to do something with the ocean. You know, she just was like kind of opening up about her like relationship with her family. And, like her dad is dying with like syphilis.
What? Like a pirate disease?
No, I'm sorry.
A dick disease.
Dick disease. Syphilis. No, he's got
Maybe I didn't do my dream job, but what the heck is this?
Yeah.
This is a dream life.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that you want to do as a kid.
So if you can go put your head all the way back, you can see the strip of the Milky Way.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like it cancels it out.
I know, right? It's weird. Dangerous. Anyways, and so she was like,
Yeah, because you guys were starting to ramp it up.
yeah, and she was like, well, when you have reception, like, call me. This thing's charred to hell. This thing looks like Anakin. I shouldn't use big words like admitting feelings per se, but it's obvious. She,
Glad you like the tuna with lunch for the next 3 days. unless we do like eggs or actually I got baked beans.
those
So-
bagels will be good.
Bagels would be good with eggs. We'll toast them.
The next morning, I went on a jog around the canyon to get the lay of the land as we made a delicious camp breakfast and decided to figure out what our next moves were going to be. Now, we wanted to do a little more exploring as we were trying to learn how to use some of the new film equipment that we had picked up. And being that we had the boats on the roof, we also needed to find a body of water to use them in. We just didn't know which one it would be. After a few days out here, we decided to hit the road again to the high Sierras, which were forecast to get a little snow, so we weren't sure how things would go. But we ended up at Lake Sabrina, which was completely empty and extremely windy, starting to snow. But we figured that since we had drove all the way out here, we should at least try to put the boats in the water for a little bit. Quickly found out that we probably weren't allowed to, because as we were coming back to shore, we did hear some police sirens in the distance and decided to get out of there as quickly as possible, as we might have pissed off the locals. It's the sort of thing that makes the best memories, and we had such a good time out there even though we were freezing and wet. Just having access to something like this within driving distance is crazy and very special, and we were enjoying it to the fullest. While we were sitting in the car warming up, planning the next leg of our journey, we were scrolling over some photos of people going out to the desert, to these mountainous sand dunes that look like the Sahara. And while neither of us were willing to pose in a flowy dress blowing in the wind under the moonlight, we figured we could at least hike them and enjoy a sunset from the top. So we decided to head back south to see if we could find them as we headed deep into the Mojave Desert. After some issues with our GPS map that we had forgotten to download, not having any signal, we took a dirt road down to a spot where we eventually started to see the dunes in the distance. With only an hour and a half left of sunlight, we got out of the car and started running up the sand dune, which is as hard as it sounds, but we were in good spirits.
In South Africa. One in Africa. I'm gonna be buried in Africa. I thought it was a teepee from the distance, but I think it's a wedding gown. Not much to say. I have this sick feeling that we're gonna get to the top and it'll be dark. So, right now, our elevation is really low compared to where we gotta go. I knew we shouldn't have stopped for hot dogs at that gas station, but nothing's gonna stop us. Look at this. I mean, all right, almost there. Just kidding. Just kidding. This is the mountain. It looks like really small. It's probably like, I don't know, 15,000, 18,000 feet. Somebody has that skunk drone.
What do you do when you don't know how?
Tumbleweed look.
Doing it while it was getting dark was not really the smartest idea, especially as the wind started picking up even more and the temperature dropping. But it was just perfect. And when we got to the top, the views were incredible.
Got a windstorm. Got no water. Go through the other side. Never have been sunglass. Hadn't got my dead weight. Bad news for apps for meant for mountaineering. You're sitting at home right now, building a village on Minecraft. Bored out of your mind. Just a 2-hour drive, an 8-hour hike. Getting sandblasted until you're blind. Well, I climbed this mountain to let you know that our next film is coming out May 13th. It's called A Long Way Up. Welcome to the Serengeti Plain. A rare giraffe climbs the mountain after the rain soaked it out of the river basin drains into the desert. Only 50 feet to go before the sun dips over into the Pacific.
There are a few moments up here that Cole caught on camera, which made me question if I was ever going to film myself again because of how ridiculous I looked trying to vlog, run down the sand dune. But looking back, I can't do anything but laugh because you got to start somewhere. And well, this is where I started.
Hey, welcome to the 3rd episode of my trail running vlog. I'm here at the Palestinian border.
Sometimes taking these unexpected trips in life, even if they're local, makes time kind of stand still as you realize that sometimes all you really need to do is just get out of town and change your current frame of mind.
This is pretty sweet.
Get a reset. Because for us, that's exactly what we did. And it was one of the best trips because of that. We were both personally dealing with all sorts of life's things, but we were able to temporarily forget them, even if it was just for a moment.
I feel like I'm gonna get lost on the way back. I feel I forgot my flashlight. Lost my hat. I got a toupee. Secret's out. You know what? I don't even care anymore. That's Cole up there. He's working on his next record. He's writing it in his head.
It's a wrap. Thanks for watching.
After wandering in the dark on our way back, I kept hitting my lock button on my truck so we could find the car, and eventually we got back and decided to set up camp at the end of the road since there was no way to navigate out. As we were setting up our tent and getting our campfire going, we stumbled across some bones, like a lot of them, and it was kind of unsettling, hoping that they weren't human bones, obviously. I posted them on Instagram and tagged the location, and shortly thereafter, the National Park Service reached out for the exact GPS coordinates so that they could figure out the same thing. That wasn't creepy at all, and sleeping that night was, well, interesting. Fast forwarding to their response later, we found out it was actually donkey bones, but regardless, I'll tell you, sitting by that fire, sipping a flask of whiskey and listening to some Alice in Chains was about as perfect as it gets for me. These are the moments where you're laughing until you cry, and then silence makes you sometimes actually start thinking so hard that you cry, for real. Seems like a little bit of a paradox, having such extreme emotions just bordering each other so closely. But these are some of my favorite moments, and every time I do trips like this, I realize how much I needed it. I needed the release. Having a friend that allows you to be yourself is something that I value very much in this world, especially one that's seen you at your worst and still decides to stick around.
The thing I love about this,
That's what I got from this trip, and I'll hold that with me through the rest of my life because these are the best times, and they're even better when you never have to forget them.
Just finished looking for trinkets and geodes. We're on a mission right now. Looking for hair product out here in the desert is difficult to say the least.
The next morning, I decided to fly the drone over the dunes just to take in the vast wilderness around us that we had conquered the night before. And while this had been a very uncalculated and unplanned road trip, it was definitely a success as we began the long journey back home.